This is Joanna Jolie Palani, and this is actually a video that I was hoping I wouldn't have to make, but one that I did want to make, and I already made one similar before. And at the time, I didn't really know much about her, just stuff that I read. And in all honesty, after I learned about her, I just kind of, and after I did that video and learned a little bit about her, I kind of followed her on Instagram and all that. And after following her on Instagram, I forget how, but either way, I got her Snapchat. And from her Snapchat, I basically just started talking to her and engaging with her a little bit more. And I'll be honest, she is an extremely kind person. She's very humble. It's funny because I used to see her get mad at people. First, it was weird. She would contradict herself in a sense because she would basically call herself. Sometimes she would call herself a feminist. Other times she would sit there and bash feminists. I think someone once called her one, and she got actually mad, telling them she's not one of them. How she actually goes and protects women, and she actually fights for what's right, and so on. All this other stuff, and it's just. Like I said, I'm not trying to say she's a cool person just because she hates feminists or anything. Because like I said, she's called herself that. But the fact that she was willing to go pick up a gun and actually fight against ISIS to free women. The fact that she actually had been shot, and I seen a picture of her basically in her underwear. Her showing off because she loves to work out, much like I do, except she stays in shape. Again, I hurt myself, but yeah, seeing her scar, and she's just so self-conscious about it. And I just tell her, hey, look, you don't need to worry about that. Anyone who knows you knows how you got that scar and why you got that, and they won't give a damn. At least I wouldn't. I can't speak for everyone, but if I was with her, I told her straight up once, you're a very attractive woman, you're a very sweet, kind person, and hell, if I was living there and I had a remote chance, and I thought I had a remote chance, I'd go for it. That scar you have wouldn't bother me. Nothing like that. And yeah, she's a good-looking woman, but there's way more to it than that. So, I have an article here that I'm going to read to help you guys understand while I have this playing, the footage playing. And it's basically meet Joanna Palani, the Iranian Kurdish YPG fighter with $1 million bounty on her head. And basically just goes on. She's from Denmark. I forgot to say, she actually dropped out of college, I believe. Joined or enlisted and then went to go fight ISIS. She basically has $1 million bounty on her head from ISIS because obviously they hate the fact that a woman is the one who's killing some of them, because if you get killed by a woman, then you basically go to hell and not allowed to go to heaven. You don't get your 72 virgins and so on. She was 14. Oh, she was a teenager, so I'm assuming about 18, 19 then. It doesn't say. She was a teenager in 2014 when she dropped out of college and left Copenhagen to go to fight for Syria. She wrote on Facebook to inspire to fight for women's rights, for democracy. Oh, she actually does have a book called Freedom Fighter. You can look that up. She is thought to have killed over 100 ISIS militants while fighting alongside the Kurdish Peshmerga in Iraq and Syria, which admittedly even she doesn't know. In an interview once, she was asked how many she's killed, and she said that she doesn't know because that's not something you should keep count of. But if she had to guess, she would say maybe over 100. Or so she's I think she admitted to, so she's told. But she doesn't know herself. She also helped to liberate Yazidi girls. I forgot, I'm sorry, I don't quite know how you pronounce that. Who were imprisoned as sex slaves, which I've seen some footage of her like clearing out buildings. Basically like abandoned schools who are just filled with girls. When we were preparing to liberate houses and ISIS sex slaves, we had this saying: one fighter goes to rescue, but many fighters will come back out. Which from what she said that a lot of the women who basically they do save actually do are angry at what happened to them. They pick up a gun, they start fighting. As a sniper could be on the front lines for 9 days at a time. You have to be very patient, you have to focus, you cannot lose concentration for one moment. Her actions came to the attention of Danish authorities who banned her from traveling to the region when she returned from fighting in September 2015. Unable to leave her comrades to fight alone, she broke her ban and flew back to Iraq. She walked for 7 hours through the night to cross the border into Syria. When she returned, she was in prison for 13 weeks in Vestre Fengsel, Denmark's largest prison. She believes she's seen as a terrorist in her own country, and she lives in hiding and changes her location constantly from fear of appraisal, which is true. I've seen pictures and some footage of her moving, where she's going just bouncing around from one spot to another. The last time I spoke to her, or last time she posted something, she did talk about how people would threaten her when she was home. Like she was walking with her dad, and she would hear people yelling and cussing at her and basically just threatening her out there on the street. She in a quote of hers, "I'm sorry for breaking the law, but I had no choice in my mind at the time. Those I risked my life for are now taking away my freedom. I did not expect to lose almost everything. We're fighting for our freedom and our safety." Okay, just some other random stuff. But anyway. Yeah. Like I said, I don't know what to say. I'm honestly at a loss for words. She actually can speak English, obviously Kurdish. And the reason why I'm at a loss for words is because, like I said, I've spoken to her for a long time. And she's somebody I actually have a lot of respect for. I mean, if this is what American feminists were doing, then I would agree with everything they said. If they were like, hey, we can't, this is actually happening, here's this thing, we need to save these girls, we need to, whatever, I would be fine with that. But the thing is, there's no debunking everything that she says is that Joanna Polani is saying. When you see schools, when you actually see that stuff happening. I've seen pictures she's taken in anger, just posting how this needs to stop, this insanity needs to stop, basically, of little kids who are basically just burned, and I mean, you can see them just charred up. Like, what is there to say to that, Honestly, like, how do you react? What do you... I don't know. Like I said, I'm sure that one was... I mean, she's talked about PTSD, and I'm sure she had it pretty bad. I sat there, and as we spoke, like, I think... No, this was one on Instagram where she lost somebody. And she was saying how... the guy, like, he lit up a cigarette, basically. And when he lit the cigarette up, because it was at night, a sniper saw where they were at and shot this guy. I mean, I think she was once talking about how she has to, like... Immediately she admits it was kind of dumb for her to dye her hair blonde, but for whatever reason she does it. But she talks about she used to put like a cloth or something around her hair to keep her from standing out. And I know I'm just ranting here, so forgive me, but I mean, aside from saying check out her book Freedom Fighter, aside from saying she was a very caring person, yeah, she could probably be surly at times, I suppose. like I said, if you made her mad, yeah, like one guy called her sweetie or something like that, and she got mad. She went off on him like, "Hey, I'm not your sweetie," and all this other stuff. And you know, he was just trying to play it off. Oh, calm down, and blah. You know, he's like, "Calm down," and she's like, "No, all right." Like, I forget everything, but yeah, there she was mad, and I was like, "Whoa, okay." Luckily, she's never gotten mad at me, till maybe a little bit recently, because I admit it was probably a bad idea, but I did it because I don't know. Either way, Snapchat, it tells the other person when someone took a screenshot. And I was honestly just, I even told her how honored I was to be able to talk to her, how many people must actually sit there and message her, and for her to, you know, engage me of I don't know how many people. I even told her I'm basically a nobody, so I'm pretty humble. And she told me like, no, you're not a nobody. I am, like, you know, you're someone. She's like, look, I'm sure you're someone, you know, really special. Blah blah blah. It sounds like something your mom would say, basically. But she was saying how no, she's not special at all. She just did what she felt she had to do. And I've even told her like, hey, look, stay strong and all this other stuff. Just, you know, small words of encouragement. And then sometimes she's like, thank you, I needed that so much, or thank you so much, that means a lot, stuff like that. And I'm sorry, just forgive me, like I said, this is not a video I really wanted to do. This is one I was hoping I would not have to do. I pretty much knew it would, because, you know, how can I not, basically, because I knew it was going to happen. And then to know that despite it all, it's not like forever, but 9 months of not seeing this woman, not being able to talk to her. And honestly, like, that's the whole thing I was thinking, like, while I was getting this footage, just roughly 9 months of not talking to somebody who I've spoken to for I don't know how long. Someone who I actually look up to, someone who I have a lot of respect for. And I suppose someone you could say I have a celebrity crush on. At least to me, she's a celebrity. But what can I say? Like, you know, if somebody you knew had a lot of respect for was suddenly going to be arrested because they took action and decided, hey, I need to help people. I mean, look at me, I do donations. I try and give to the Children's Hospital and LifeWorks. You have any idea how devastating that would be for me? If I'm doing that and all of a sudden it's like, hey, you know, I don't know, something you had was, I don't even know how to put it actually. I guess it would be like that old man who was feeding the homeless because he didn't have a bathroom, he got arrested. I don't know. Like I said, what I do is nothing compared to that. But I'm honestly just at a loss. So I'll ask you guys to forgive me, because it's basically just like seeing a good friend of yours get locked up for doing something they believe in, for something they're putting their life on the line to save others. So I don't know. like I said, she was someone who was really into fitness, someone who was into eating healthy, which is something I'm not. For her to sit there and talk about how, I remember it'd be Friday, Saturday nights, and she'd be sitting there, kind of just by herself, like when she finally got back from being on the front lines, and she was just, you know, back home. And people would be asking why she's just, you know, at home, why she's single, because she's, again, she's an attractive woman. And so she would talk about how, one, she has to basically be in hiding, because even there's people who are there who are angry and hate her. Because sometimes I think she said she almost felt like she didn't deserve it. You know, just stuff like that. I mean, it's just, damn. And I'm sitting there thinking, like, how? You know, how can your own, the people you protected hate you that much? Why would you sit there thinking you don't deserve to have someone who cares about you? But, you know, what can I say? I'm not her. I don't know what's going on. Anyway. Again, guys, I'm sorry. I know this isn't great. So, yeah, I'm just not really there right now. I'm gonna just basically try and man up and put my emotions aside as soon as I can. But this is not something that comes easy for me. Or doing this video is not something that comes easy for me. Thinking about it is not something that's easy. So yeah, I don't know. I'm just gonna shut up now and let the game footage just play out. Anyway, guys, always respect the true heroes and always have support for them. Check out her book, Freedom Fighter. Give her support. She's also gonna do like a nutritional book, like healthy nutrition, and I think a fitness one, because she was looking to become a fitness instructor after she gets out of prison. Because she admits she still wants to help people. I just hope she's safe in there. It's a bounty like that, you never know. What's $1 million bounty? Granted, it's even still there. And I admit, I mean, I think I read one article talking about how it was basically fake news. Or parts of it might be true, but not to the extent which I admit could be possible. But after talking to her, I don't know. Anyway. Yeah, I'm just gonna shut up and just let this play out. Anyway. Thank you all for listening. I'm sorry. This wasn't great. And thanks to the, like the 1 or 2 new subscribers. Please, I don't know, I guess spread the word about her book, about her. Tell me if there's anything you want me to cover, any topics you want me to cover, things like that. Oh, I guess I won't shut up. I think I finally found my old footage of me some footage of me where I'm showing the different gun sights and all that. I just couldn't get the scope one down because I couldn't get the camera to actually see through it. And I think I also found my the game footage I used for the games that basically a bit more accurate on guns and gun sights and stuff like that. Anyway, I guess that's it. I'll see you guys next time.